Hi everybody, I hope you're staying dry on this really rainy day. I wanted to give you just a quick overview of the next reading assignment so that you kind of knew what to expect and what we were doing. The next assignments are going to be on reading literature or reading fiction particularly, but literature in general as well. And this is a folder of readings, and basically it compiles all of the different chapters in your textbook and puts all of the terms and the important things that you need to know in one place. So that's there. You are responsible for knowing all of that material. Now you won't be tested on it until, well, for a few weeks, but you need to understand these terms. You need to be using these terms when you're talking about literature, and those kinds of things. The author that we're going to be looking at this week, I only did one author because I wanted to make sure that you had time to look over those literary terms, is Edgar Allan Poe. And what I want you to pay special attention with him is not only his work, because you've probably read his work before, and so you're probably somewhat familiar with his style and how he writes. But what I would really like you to pay attention to, as well as the story, is how he or his life and what was happening to him when he was writing, because I think his life is really portrayed through his writings. So it's really important for you to understand what was happening during that time when he was writing, what literature in America was like at that time. For example, when Poe was writing, he was really like the rock star of literature, and women were swooning at his feet, and it was a really big deal. So you need to understand that about him and understand how he used the macabre and all of these really dark things to really pique people's interests. And so look at that. The other thing, you'll have a reading quiz on that, and the other thing that I want you to do is you're going to do your first reading journal. And I do reading journals because I think that they give you the opportunity to really think deeply about a particular aspect of a story or what we're reading. So for this, I want you to look at how Poe impacted the media, and if you can draw some, I want you to try to draw some similarities between who Poe was and how he impacted literature, and how what kinds of literature today that we see that we might say is similar to Edgar Allan Poe or has similar impact to what Edgar Allan Poe was writing and doing in his time. So I'm looking for things like the sensationalism that Poe used, the darkness, the really gloom and despair. So see if you can find some kind of connections that you can make with contemporary literature, because I think it's kind of interesting to see that these trends are still connected and still related today. So that's what's available in this unit. If you have questions, please email me or post your question in the I Have a Question discussion board forum, and have a great week. Take care.